one of our TSRs covered Wolf Creek, covered Slim Jeans, all the areas in this area. And then we had people working in town yesterday. So, you know, we do have a plan, but I like to call on Donna. She could kind of give you an update where we're at, where we're going to do, and to inform you that we don't duplicate service. You know, that's the big thing. And the thing is, we talk about panic. Well, there's panic out there already. We just got to ease that panic. And that's why we're going to do a radio show at noon with Tom Casey and my staff to talk about the positive things that we can do. And if somebody wants to come up from HHS or whatever when we do the show, you're more than welcome. I did invite Joe, but he said he had a lot of things.
What time?
Right at noon. Always depends on that guy sitting behind you.
Oh, no.
Scott's going to go up for us.
Get up. Can I get Donna to say a few words here?
Yeah, go ahead, Donna.
Good morning, everybody. I guess what we did right away was, once we got the information, we wanted to address the Wolf Creek housing area, like Paul said, because that was the closest area. Some of our TSRs were aware of some of the houses that they've been doing home visits with or that they've been to that do have mice problems, so we wanted to get them addressed right away. Maintenance came in with us Saturday. We immediately took the information that Joe and them gave us from IHS, which is the information that Sylvia has. We went back to our office, we updated Paul, we started immediately getting the information out and taking the time not to just throw the flyers at them, but educate the tenants and let them know what we got, what we were dealing with, how they needed to address it. And we started in Pine Ridge yesterday. We had a couple of people tell us they thought yesterday was Monday because there was quite a few vehicles at housing. Well, we pulled in as much as we possibly could. And we started with Tribal Rock housing out here. We did Cherry Hill. We did East Ridge, North Ridge, Oglala. Actually got some information. I'm not sure if all of Oglala housing got done, but I know half of it was done by noon. Then we had the cleaner guy come in, so we did pull some of our maintenance guys that came in. They did get a little bit of training and stuff, and some of the TSRs did. Today we have the guys out again and the TSRs out, giving the information to our tenants. We are trying to hit some of the private homes. We're not going to say we can do every single one of them because we know that our units alone, we have quite a few low rental units. We're going to try and do our home ownership units. We are going to try and stop at some of the trailers in the area, but we just can't guarantee that we're going to get. So, like we said, we're going to teamwork with everybody, whoever is going to handle the private home places, but we do have the TSRs that are going to go district by district. Some of them have already gotten stuff out to the districts. We had one of our TSRs on the radio this morning giving information out that I briefed her on over the weekend. So basically, we're just trying to get our people educated and let them know that it's time to start removing all the stuff in the basements, the abandoned vehicles. Make sure that if you have a mice problem, let us know. Don't be ashamed of it. Let us know so that we can give you the proper traps or, the cleaning materials or whatever we need to do to address that.
I heard you say you didn't know whether you could handle all of it. No, that's good. That's why we're here. We need to work together to help one another. If you can't, please let Lisa know so she can help out.
What we're saying is like the private home. The FEMA trailers, we have a lot of FEMA trailers that are close to our cluster areas. We did try and stop in and let them know as well. But we're not going to say that we can stop in at every FEMA trailer or every private home.
Well, that's why we're all here to help one another.
So, but we're going to do our part. If we do have a FEMA trailer or a private home person near our cluster, we will try and stop there and we will try and get them educated, give them information.
Good. Yesterday we had several families call different districts where they could pick up supplies. gloves, masks.
Now, that to be coordinated, I say through Lisa Dillon's office there.
So we're, okay. And we at Housing did get with the gentleman at IHS. We did send masks and gloves out to all of our district maintenance offices. So we are telling people that they can go there as well.
Sure.
So, and some of our TSRs are going to actually make packets and take them around as well. So.
Councilman Scott Weston.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to
He's
say,
been involved all weekend from the very beginning.
I want to say thank you to everybody that was sitting in that hospital conference room, or both of them, all weekend. Everything that we've been talking about here, we've already discussed. I was wishing Monica Mason was here today. She's got it documented on her, she had it up on the board on her laptop today. And I would like to know if, Joe, if you could get a hold of her, Winona, if you could get a hold of her and we could get this done, because we're sitting here talking circles for nothing. We need to move. Everybody had a plan. We had a plan sitting here. We need to do it right now within our tribe. I've seen the IHSs, I've seen the BIAs. The tribe doesn't have one. We need to do one right now. I know there's people that are supposed to be having all of these jobs. Let's do this. Let's do this. We need to quit going around in circles.
BIA to commit. I'm getting commitments here, sir.
Well, he's here, right here.
Yes,
That's a commitment right now.
And tell us.
But that's what we need to get done. So if we can start doing things, and who's going to do what? And not stand here twiddle our thumbs. Because we just stopped right now.
I got people asking for control birds around their homes.
No.
Well, yeah, we can, fire department, we can be somewhat limited where we can work with the communities. We may be able to get some resources, work with IHS. But I agree with Scott, you know, Monica Mason has handled these emergency situations on the tribes we have. We can coordinate with whoever you put in there, and we will notify all our government quarters that we have control over. We'll work with the schools and their government quarters, with their facility people, and anything that we can do, Mr. President, we're here to work with you.
Thank you. Do we have some emergency management people from other places here?
President Steele, can I say something real quick while we have you guys here? Could we, are you guys, fire department, able to do some control rooms around the potholes?
We would have, no, we would probably have to look at the situation. We don't want to make it worse and burn something down.
You're aerosolizing, if I can, if you're aerosolizing the feces.
Okay,
And
so
then
it's not
you're-
good.
yeah.
Why I'm asking is I have some community people here, and that's what they've been asking for, so I told them to come here today, so that way they can hear it, or maybe why they can't do it.
And one thing too, I mean, I don't know, Culver's has been involved, but as far as cleanup and throwing out reservation wide garbage bags and clean their homes and stuff, if we can make a coordinated effort to gather, you know, that stuff out of our quarters and facilities.
So you guys will be responsible for the government quarters and do all of that?
Yeah.
But you can't do.
Over with the schools
Okay.
and their quarters and buildings.
I got Mr. Jacobs here.
Okay.
Over west. Every home on the reservation.
Anyway, I don't, basically everyone here, I'm a safety officer at the hospital. I'm responsible for emergency management for the IHS. We work with the hospital's region 1 instead of 4 regions in the state. We work for emergency management situations just like this. I got Pat Hunovich here with the state, my region 1 VP coordinator. We on a day, weekly, daily basis, we're in touch with him. He has Nick Hill here, he's with the state epidemiologist. Can't say it right now.
Epidemiologist.
Yeah, there you go. And they've come down, I contacted him Saturday, we keep up to date, we have a system in place. Scott was mentioning it, incident command, it's all hazards, it should be able to handle this. You guys have one in place, Arnie was talking about it, all hazards, you got your people, you got your operations, your logistics, your planning, your finance, your incident command. They take care of each one of these situations they're talking about. What we do is we work with, the region, every region. We also have our, local And we work with
This is Anthony.
Arlene, you know, with
Did you hear about the hantavirus?
but emergency management, incident command.
The hantavirus, remember there's
We have a excellent system that we have through there. Our have beds for
a little girl died.
beds tracking of the hospitals in the state region. We also use that for, you know, a number of different things. But anyway, my up here is I just wanted to introduce what we did. I guess the IHS introduce. We have, you know, they come down. I let Donna know from that, you know, they were asked to come help with the training, which we're still kind of working on with Joe. Let me see. My thing is information, communication. People got to know what, you know, we're dealing with. That's kind of key. No panic.
Okay, so we got other entities involved here too, such as your brother, who goes in every house on this reservation, either for cable TV. Lisa, can you get a hold of him to tell him what we're dealing with?
And just to throw out that, and I brought this up during our meetings, is Golden West is already trained to deal with this kind of issue. So when they go in and they see, they know how to deal with it. They're already been trained to do it. So I think that they could be a resource too, to help with it. So that's a good idea, Lisa.
You're working back here,
Andre?
representing some area.
Andre, and then
What about dogs and cats? They're your, can they get on the
Are they a rodent?
I know, but
Wolves are rodents, rats are rodents, what else is a rodent?
I mean, a dog can breathe in the dust from nice feces, right?
But remember, it's not patient to patient.
Okay.
That isn't how you catch it.
contagious.
You have to breathe that in.
For solid waste director, I'd like to hear from you to see if you need assistance and see if you're going to have to beef up your staff.
You're hearing mice all over the place.
And as the vice chair of the finance committee, I want to know if you're needing any assistance in financial assistance, whatever it may be. And then from that, I'd like to hear from Trudy. Trudy's our top biologist here. And same with our Red Rangers. We have Mr. Troy Valium that's here. They're the ones that work right out in the field.
Pick up supplies and start getting them up to the
Okay, go ahead.
housing.
One of the things that we got into this program is under our contracts with any entity, whether it be housing or the BIA, our contracts say 1 a week. But to prevent something like this, we've gone into twice a week pickups. To ensure that we're getting all the trash out of the basement of the house. I grew up in houses, so I knew we had a lot down there wait for that one to. So we do spend a lot of money trying to prevent this type of stuff. And part of that, yeah, we do. We are very limited in financials and resources. I have 2 compact trucks down. I have out of 5 dualies, 1 runner. We do have these issues. I have issues out to the landfill where I got Joe out here. We just passed an inspection from IHS on daily something. We are trying to address this as much as we can, but yeah, sometimes with the limited amount of resources and breakdowns, we cannot always pick it up twice a week, but we sure get it once a week. But we are trying to provide the service twice a week as much as we can. And again, as far as I know, talking with my financial people, the general fund is holding up over $75,000 of our funds. We can't get it because it hasn't been indexed to us. We're having issues with getting trucks out again, things like that. So if you could help do that, that would be great.
Okay. The gloves and the masks, I just provide. So you can, from your office, you can work with Lisa Dillon, and she can get some of this stuff to the programs that are going to work with you guys, okay?
You can bring it up.
Okay. I'd like to give the floor to one of our community members, Ingrid One Feather. She wants to say a few words on it.
I just wanted to say, you worried about owning a home. And then the seasons. When we do the welcoming of the season in the spring, and maybe, you know, the other seasons too, we need to remember these rodents, as you call them. I don't mean to say this, but, you know, when we build a home, we are ready to, and when we are ready to move in, we have a house blessing. And all the directions are addressed to the tobacco pipes. This is kind of like a preventive, and you smudge your moon. Maybe new moon, a full moon. Smudge your home. We are lakota way out there. There's a lot of, there's no lakota perspective here. Spirituality needs to be involved in this. We need to pray. Look at Black Hills, all the roads are over there. I don't think nobody prayed for them or with them. There's a reason why these things happen. That's why I came when I heard about the little girl. I have a koja that's 8 years old. And I try to teach everybody everything that I know because I'm a Lakota teacher. And you know that we have to remember we are Lakota. So hopefully before you start this, you'll invite somebody and pray. And pray when you get to the districts. Have somebody, you know, there's spiritual people out there. And I just wanted to share that. I have tobacco pipes in every corner of my home, 2 of my homes. And I wanted to control burns because we do that spring and fall. We prevent these little loyates to come into our homes, you know, we prevent that. I just wanted to share them, share these thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ingrid.
Thank you. I want to really gratefully thank my Mashte Faye. You know, that is so true. We need to start with the basis of where we come from. Somebody said, yeah. Approach. I want to share with you on a personal level. We went to, I usually go to ceremonies. I mean, I practice that way. It's just something I do. And I was at a ceremony at Rick Two Dogs, and they predicted this. He said something was coming and it was going to really hurt our children and our elders. We didn't know what it was. So he told us to pray and really watch out. So I think we need to remember that. Whether you pray at church or whatever, I mean, you know, it's up to you, but we need to really take this in a careful approach. So I was not shocked by this. Thank you, guys. Any more that we needed to do? I guess I got Trudy. I got parents first and then Trudy.
I have a question for the IHS personnel. The CDC, you're familiar with what's happening here? What steps at that level is going to be happening along with what the tribe is going to be doing as well?
Okay. We're in contact with the state. I want to take this time to introduce, I introduced them already, email especially from the state methodology. Go ahead.
Well, hello. It's a very tragic loss of human life. Very sorry. And grateful to be
I have to move around again.
in this effort. I've been asked to fill in for Dr. Lon Teitlinger. He's at a meeting and I just returned from a meeting in the last 10 days, so I've very quickly come up to speed with what's happening here. With regard with hantavirus, we do consult with CDC on all of our vector-borne diseases. The difficulty we face with hantavirus is there's no real way to trace it, to track it, to know where it's going to be next. It's very highly dependent upon the mouse populations. It's depending upon the positivity or that virus and how it's amplifying in those populations. There's been a lot of research that's been done regarding that, and it's really hard to predict. You can't say, well, this population has it, but this one doesn't. You can't even say, well, we have a lot of mice here, therefore we probably have it here, and we have few mice here, therefore we probably don't have it there. It's very difficult to know when it's going to happen and where. There are many years we don't see it. And then there are some years where we will see one case. The most we've ever seen has been 2 in 1 year. And so it's very difficult to, especially in a rural population, which all of our cases pretty much have been from rural populations, it's very difficult to address that well because all of our cases have not originated from one specific area. They've come from all over the state. So we will be in contact with CDC. One of the materials they do offer is a nice pamphlet. It says what you need to know to prevent the disease hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. It does have pictures. It has...
That's what I need.
Yeah. It's a very good material, and we do keep this at the health department. We can assist with that resource. CDC emphasizes clean up, seal up, and trap up. And there are some very useful things homeowners or residents of any facility can take to reduce their risk, and that oftentimes the focus becomes in the inside of the home, but the outside is just as important in reducing the available food and habitat of these mice populations, because they can sometimes very quickly explode in their numbers, and if the virus is present there to begin with, that can elevate that risk. So we would be very happy to help you with this educational piece. We do have some materials that we can assist with, and you can contact us, our offices, for people that have questions. Yes?
And we get a lot of those pamphlets from the sylvatic plague outbreak in 2005. CDC provided us with hundreds and hundreds of pamphlets on sylvatic plague. So would that be a possibility to get?
Yes, it would.
In a short order of time?
I think so. We'll have to look at how many we have in our resources, but we'll make them available to you right away. And CDC does have some good materials as well as like videos and other things. Oh, the seasonality component? Well, in South Dakota, we have seen hantavirus in almost every month except, I think, March and April, and maybe it was September. No, October perhaps. We have seen the most number of cases in the month of, I believe, May. It usually is associated with those populations rising, but also people going and starting to go into enclosed places where there are where the mouse dwellings are. So sometimes we think about those nesting materials being inside your home, and you need to find and eliminate that, but they can just as well as reside outside the home in places and in locations where then they can come and frequent the home back and forth. As long as they can find a food source, they don't mind being nesting outdoors. So finding those locations are a very simple, sometimes a simpler way to address the situation.
Okay, thank you. I do want to hear anyone else. I know, Joe, did you want to say anything more on how we're gonna keep the plan in place, like what Scott was talking about? We had like a plan from the weekend meeting, but now we want to add some people in to just be a part of maybe present still assigning this task, what is it? Like a group of just keeping the
response task force.
Yeah, the response task force.
Originally, I started with a small group, although the group was pretty big. It was pretty we stayed in close contact, but now as things get moving
Yeah.
and more, we really have to pay particular attention to communication and all the things we're doing. So we need a structure, like everyone's been talking about, we need a structure. But like Scott said, we've got a lot of things we have to do yet, and we're kind of, I need to go and do some of those things, so if we can.
Contact person will be with Lisa,
If we can.
Lisa and Donna.
Get your number out, Lisa, what is it?
441-2840.
441-2840 is Lisa. And I'm gonna put it right here. Lisa, Dylan, 441 what?
2840.
2840, and then Donna, yours is
Office is 867-8427 or 8422.
okay, and that's the president's office, public relations person. So if you need to, those, I guess we'll leave Lisa Dillon as health administrator for the tribe and Donna Sullivan as the public relations person for President Steele. We'll kind of leave this with you. We'll work along if you can do that with Johanna if you need anything, or Don and myself or Scott with the HHS committee. But I think pretty much we kind of know what we need to do. You probably know. Lisa, do you want to say something?
Yeah, we'll, I visited with Winona, and we'll take the private homes. We have a lot of outreach workers, we have our CHRs, we have health education, tribal health workers. So we'll get the education out to the homes. We'll take that responsibility, and also Winona is going to give the Master Health a couple $1,000s to buy spray bottles and Clorox.
Any other resources to this effort would be appreciated.
I think BIA. You work with Lisa, huh? Okay. Okay.
So if anyone wants to volunteer to help to get education out to the private homes, we'll get a list and designate areas for people. And then I'll also work with Donna and Karen for the PSA that needs to be put on TV.
Okay, okay. We said what we wanted on there was that we wanted to have a PSA to talk about the education and the prevention, but also we wanted to interpret it in our lakota language. And I think Karen is really good at that. Karen, so we're going to assign new work with Karen on that.
I just wanted to say too that housing has Facebook, and that was really effective because it just went all over Facebook. And so, and IHS has a website too that it went out on, and I asked Tony Gray from college to put it on the KOLA TV, some spots, and they've been doing that. They have also contacted Remember, and they're here. And Youth Works, I know that there was a whole team that pulled into Martin yesterday. So I'm trying to contact Arnold Jolney because he's a project coordinator. And just got this information out, got it to Gay Kingman, and she was forwarding it to Great Plains Charlotte Shermans and every area in Health Board. And we also got Red Cross involved, and Red Cross is working with our coordinator in our office and providing some food and stuff for the displaced families. So I think all in all, and I got it to the governor's office in both South Dakota and Nebraska. I know President Steele was very concerned that we warned all our surrounding panhandle. So that information, I asked Mr. Eckley if he could get this information up to Rulu in case there was any further outbreak or whatever, we needed their help. So.
What can Remember do?
Remember brings a pretty large force of volunteers to the reservation every year. My name is Ted Scantz, and I'm the director over there. And we've got 5 different directions that we're going in today alone with 65 people. We get into the areas that are remote, that people and services sometimes don't get to. And we've been doing this for a number of years here. So whatever it is that you need for us to do and our volunteers to do, we'll be more than happy to take things around the reservation for it. Not a problem.
Chairman, yeah? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I've got the numbers for Ted, so if we need to contact him, we can.
Our office number is 867-2282, 2282.
And also ask Solomon Sanitation to be here. They also do, they're also haulers, and we'll try to get a hold of the hauler from Kadoka and let them know, because there are trucks going
Well,
through
get
there.
them some masks too. They deal with mice on a daily basis. Parks Board, the secretary.
Oh, I just
You're by